Okay, so it's time for me to tell you the story of my last leg of my fall break trip, and then this whole series will finally be over and I can go back to life in Florence and other things and my other upcoming trips. Anyway, Barcelona was kind of a roller coaster of a ride. Some of the stuff was really fun and some of the stuff was really complicated and kind of crappy. So from the very beginning, we woke up super early in Paris. We took a shuttle to the airport, which is like 45 minutes away. It was pretty far. We were all super disoriented and out of it because it was like 4 in the morning and we were just like running on no sleep, and this is getting to be like day 9 or 10 of the trip. And basically Barcelona, like at least for me, my body was just like shutting down and my brain and my feet were like bruised and I was just like, like it was just this death. And then I got pretty sick during Barcelona. But anyway, it was still fun, don't get me wrong, I had a great time, it was a cool city, and I'm going to tell you about some of the cool things too. But anyway, so we got there, we were literally so out of it, we like got in line for the passport check to like go back into the gates, even though we were trying to get a baggage claim. I mean, that's how like out of it we were. So we got on this long train ride, we got into the city, we found our hostel, and it was really cool. That was my probably favorite hostel of the whole trip. I really liked staying in a houseboat, but of the hostels we stayed in, that was the best one. The customer service was great. The like guy who was running it was named John, and he was just really chill and like hung out with us like the whole time we were there and was giving us tips on what to do and took us out one night for this bar crawl thing. I don't know, he was just like a really chill guy. We went out and like played pool with him one night. I don't know. It was really cool, and they had this kind of like 24 hours kitchen breakfast zone where you could make toast, and the bathroom was really nice, shower was nice. It was just like very homey. I actually felt like at home there, which was really cool. I just like, felt like I could wander around. They had a cool balcony with this, like the oldest water tower in Spain or something, or in Barcelona in it. I don't know. It was just really neat. It was called like Fabrizio's Petite Palace or something like that. I would highly recommend it. It was super cheap too. Anyway, so we got there way too early to check in technically, but the guy was super chill, so he let us like put our bags in a room and shower and hang out, and he kind of set us up, even though we were there way earlier than normal. But I had fallen asleep on the plane and tried to pop my ears when I got off the plane, and since I was so sick, there was just all this like stuffiness, and I literally had like the most excruciating pain in my head, like my ear wouldn't pop, and so it was just this, like pressure and weirdness. I couldn't hear. I was like dizzy. I was like nauseous. It was literally miserable, and so I was just like, oh, for the first like 2 hours I was in Barcelona. So I tried to take a shower. I tried to settle in, and it didn't get any better until like several hours later, and it hurt so bad I even like kind of started crying about it. It was really bad. So that was a little rough start, and there's just rough points basically throughout the entire trip, but still worth it, still fun. So we went to try and find swimsuits because, surprise, it was like 80 degrees even though it was October, and it was beautiful, like summery weather. I had no idea that was going to happen, so I thought maybe we would hit the beach up like maybe for a few minutes to see a sunset or something. We ended up going to the beach every single day we were there, so it was like super cool because I didn't even think that a beach was going to be a part of my fall break. So that was really fun. So the first day we went to look for some suits, but of course they were out of season, so I ended up having to just lay out both the times we went and like laid out in my underwear. So, but they're like kind of like half naked beaches. There's people topless, people totally like no clothes, so underwear is really pretty socially acceptable. So the first day, me and Zach went down there, and we just laid out and ended up just kind of falling asleep on the beach because we were all so tired from getting up so early for our flight. So it was kind of nice, just like a beach bum nap. Woke up, thought about getting in the water, but it was just like, so I did some cartwheels on the beach and whatever. We grabbed a sandwich, and then we went back to the hostel and got ready. And the guy John was like host or whatever at the hostel. He showed us how to make our own sangria. He had all the like fruit chopped up and all the ingredients ready, so we got to like each make our own cup of it, and it was like super delicious, and that was really cool because it's like a really Spain thing, sangria. And so we were just kind of getting to know some people from our hostel and getting ready, and Michael had gotten like pink eye earlier in the week, and I've already had it once since I've been in Italy. But it hadn't caught on to any of us, so we thought we were in the clear. But then suddenly that night, my pink eye just like was rampant, and I just had this like horrible case of it. So it was like hard to see and made me look kind of scary. I don't know. So as I was saying, it was just kind of a rough couple of days. But I rallied through. We all got ready. We all went out. We did this little pub crawl thing. So we went to 2 different bars and then a club. The first bar was called the Dow Jones Bar, which was kind of cool because it was like all the drinks were priced like stocks. So the more people bought a drink, then the higher the cost went, and the less people bought a drink, the like, cheaper it was. So it was kind of an interesting idea. I thought that was like kind of a novel idea. And then we went to this other little place called like Chupitos that had like interesting little shots and stuff like that. And so they like lit the bar on fire and had these like little s'more shots with like whipped cream and little chocolate and marshmallow. So, and we got to like roast our own marshmallow with the fire. I don't know, it was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And they had a bunch of other like creative things too. So, and then the club we went to wasn't all that special for like Barcelona, nightlife. So we ended up leaving kind of early-ish. Well, early in Barcelona is like 2 or 3 or something. Yeah, you stay out really, really late, and then you just sleep in all day, basically. That's just kind of how it is there. So we did that, and then we decided we were going to go to some other club called, like, Bling Bling or something embarrassing. And we went, and we tried to stand in line. We couldn't get in, and I was just fed up with it and tired and over the whole thing, and my pink eye was just bothering me, so I was like, I'm going home. Flew back to the hostel and crashed, and then the next morning I was just, sick. I don't know, I've been sick a lot of the time I've been in Italy, and so my throat had been bothering me, and my nose had been all stuffy, my head was all stuffed, that's why my ears got all weird on the plane, and the pink eye, and I don't know, I think my body was just trying to say, hey, you can't really travel for like a million days and run yourself to the ground without dying eventually. So I was just kind of stuck flopping around the hostel for like a few hours in the morning, and so I just kind of slept in, made some bread and toast and whatever, and took a shower, and then got ready, and we ended up going to go see the Sagrada Familia Basilica, which is a really cool church thing in Barcelona, and it's very interesting. It's by Gaudi, who does all this modernism cool things, and the inside is just it's like so different than anything you'll ever see. Definitely different than any of the traditional churches I've been to. It has like super high ceilings, and everything's very like natural, like trees and flowers, and but it's building, it's still cement and everything. There's like stained glass that makes everything kind of colorful, and it's kind of like Disney-esque in there. I don't know, it's really cool, really interesting. And then there's like this little spire tower thing that you pay to get little access to, and you go up in this elevator and you walk down this spiral staircase, and you kind of get a view of the city. So that was really cool. Definitely something you have to see if you go to Barcelona. Then we got some stir fry, like teriyaki yummy wok place across the street. I got a lot of Asian food on this trip, and it was super delicious. I've definitely missed Asian. And then we headed back to the hostel, and then we were all gonna try and go watch the Barcelona game because they're playing Real Madrid, and that's like a huge like rivalry game, and so we knew it would be like really fun, since it would have been awesome to go watch the actual game in the stadium, but it was like 300 euros for a ticket or something. That's how big this game is. So we were trying to find a bar to watch it in, and most of them were super busy because everyone was trying to watch it. So we ended up in this weird little like other hostels bar, but they had this big screen, which was cool, so I got to sit there and watch Barcelona beat Real Madrid, which was fun, and it's just like really exciting to be in a huge crowd of people like super excited about the game. When we made a goal, it was just like, I don't know, it was just really exciting. It's a cool feeling. And suddenly you're like the biggest Barcelona fan for the day. And it's really cute. The little kids were all saying like Barca, Barca, at the end, and I don't know, everyone was just excited. It's cool. Then Natalie and oh my god, I forgot her name just now. Wow, I feel bad. The girl that she's studying abroad with in Paris. Oh my god, shit. Well, whatever. Anyway, they were in Barcelona for Natalie's birthday. It was her 21st birthday. So she was celebrating, obviously, in Barcelona, a big, whatever, party place, I guess. So we were going to go out with her. We'd already agreed. And so we all got ready and met up at their hotel and headed over to this. We went to Chupitos again, actually, I think, and we got this weird thing where it was like a Pop Rocks shot. It was kind of cool. It was like Pop Rocks in our hands, and I don't know. Anyway, there's some things in Barcelona you probably just don't even need to know about. Just random times. So long story short, we ended up on this like really cool club that was like literally on the beach. So we were in there for a little while, and then we went out on the beach, which was cool, like at night, probably like super late, 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that. Anyway, it was a late night, and then we got back and slept in again as usual. Woke up around like 2 or something and decided to go to the beach for the day, and we laid out and actually got in the water, and I went and swam way out far away from all the people and took advantage of the loose policy on clothing. So not that anyone could see me, but it was pretty liberating to kind of just like skinny about in Spain. It was a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know, I'm a very like liberating, free person. I think that stuff's really fun and really cool. So I kind of swam around for a while by myself, then obviously put all my crap back on, swam back over to where my friends were, and we all went back out and laid out, and we were just like beach bums for the day, just hanging around, listening to music, and kind of attempting to tan, but it wasn't really tanning weather. Watched the sunset at the beach, super pretty, super fun. I was starving, so all other people decided to go do something else, I don't remember, and then me and Michael decided to go get food because we were about to pass out. So we found this random little, like, kind of fast food place, and it was called, like, Prawns and Friends. I don't even know, something weird. Had some kind of teriyaki chicken sandwich. I don't even know. It was strange, but I was starving, so it was good. Then, the night before, I forgot, before the, or after the Barcelona game, I got paella, which is a very, like, Spain food, with the rice and chicken and vegetables and everything. So I got that at a restaurant near our hostel, and it wasn't, like, the greatest thing ever. I bet there's better paella somewhere else. But it was pretty good, and I felt authentic getting. I didn't get any tapas because tapas are mostly seafood, and I really hate seafood, so. So that night, I was just feeling super sick. It had caught up with me. I was just dead from the trip. I was really getting ready to be home. I was really just kind of over traveling, over being around everyone. Like, don't get me wrong, loved all those boys and had a really great time, really satisfied with how everything went down. But there just comes to a point when you've spent too much time with people and you just need to get some space. So I was really ready to go home. So I went back to the hostel, and I was going to take a quick nap before we like did something else that night. But I just crashed because I was just a dead person. And I woke up at like 11 p.m. and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So I took a shower and kind of hung out. We had some birthday cake for Natalie, and they decided to go out, I think. But I was just like, nope, not happening. So I went to bed, and then we were supposed to get up, and we packed all our stuff up and checked out of the hostel, headed over, found the train, got to the airport. Oh, one problem. Haven't even really told anybody about this yet because, well, I've told people here, but I haven't mentioned this to my family yet because it was just super embarrassing and annoying for me because all the travel money, or all my budget for traveling is coming out of my own personal money. So this sucked because I had to waste a lot of my own personal money. Anyway, long story short, we showed up at the Barcelona El Prat airport, the one we had flown into, and since our ticket said Barcelona on it, that's where we thought we were supposed to go. And we went to check in, and the lady at the desk said, "Where do you think you're going?" And we said, "Pisa." And she said, "Ibiza?" And we're like, "No, Pisa." And she's like, "That doesn't leave from this airport. That leaves from Girona, which is an hour away." So long story short, we went to the wrong airport. Plus, friendly tip, Ryanair was trying to charge us 70 euros a person to print out our boarding passes because our printer at the hostel didn't work. Yeah. So luckily, in a way, we missed that flight because I didn't want to pay for that anyway. Anyway, so we missed that flight. That was bad. We had to find a new one ASAP, so we tried to get Wi-Fi at the airport, and it was like this scrambling mess, and it was just kind of an awful day until later when it got decent, but we were at the airport for like hours trying to figure it out, and like Ryan and Michael really needed to get back that day. I didn't really have any reason to get back because I don't have class on Tuesday, and I'd already accepted that I was going to miss my Italian class on Monday, so me, Jake, and Zach decided to just stay another day in Barcelona because the flight the next day was a lot cheaper and was going out of Barcelona and directly into Florence. And I think what Ryan and Michael ended up doing, I think they ended up taking the bus to Girona and taking a flight later that night, like at 11 or something that night, into Pisa and then getting back to Florence. So they had a little bit more complicated of a journey, but they got to get back when they wanted to. And we had to get all the way back to our hostel and book another flight, which was super expensive, sucked big time, pay another night at the hostel, which luckily was cheap, but whatever. When we saw the host guy back at our hostel, his face was hilarious because he was like, what? Like, why are you here? And then it was really funny also because the girls from Paris were supposed to go back to Paris the same day, but they got mixed up and ended up staying another night too, so we were all just in the hostel together for another night. So what we decided to do was we went to go to see the Park Guell, which is super cool, and Gaudi Park, which is like all more modernism buildings and crazy stuff. And it's a humongous park. We got this great view of Barcelona, really, really up high. Got to see like the beach and like the whole cityscape, and the basilica is humongous. And yeah, it was just really nice. We ended up going to play billiards at this cool little bar that John knew about and played some pool, hung out. We went to the beach again at night, which was kind of unique. Just kind of more like relaxed, just chilled. Then headed back to our hostel, crashed, woke up. We were stressing out, freaking out about missing our flight again. So we I don't know, like sprinted everywhere, barely got to our gate and everything, and ended up getting there with plenty of time, and luckily enough time to go get McDonald's breakfast, which was cool because I haven't had that since I've been here, and it was delicious. So anyway, finally arrived in Florence. I got a shuttle back to my, the train station, walked back to my apartment, and was just blissfully excited to be hearing Italian again and be back in my apartment again and be home. And that is the end of my fall break saga. So a ton of little tiny details and crazy stories in between, but those mostly all of the stuff I did in the 4 countries in the 12 days that I traveled Europe. So there you go.